My bestie was left heartbroken when her ex dumped her. Now she's trying to steal my boyfriend from me and the knives are out. Carrie and I became friends when we were kids, and have been best buddies ever since. 1 month ago, her boyfriend cheated on her, which absolutely devastated her. I felt so sorry for her. My boyfriend, Steve, and I were there to support her. Carrie has always been very friendly with Steve since our relationship started, so I noticed that she really appreciated him supporting her. Steve and I did everything in our power to make her feel better. Recently, we took her out to spend time with us. We took her to dinner with us, and even took her on holiday with us. A nice non-romantic throuple. Eventually, Carrie started to feel better. We noticed that she was starting to smile again and was looking very happy. We were so glad to have her back. She admitted to us that she wasn't planning on dating anyone at any time soon, as she didn't feel like she can trust another guy, not after what her last pathetic man did. We respected her decision and were fully supportive of her. Yesterday, Carrie came to our house. Steve was going out to buy some food, so greeted Carrie on his way out and asked her to stay for lunch. Carrie agreed. When he left, Carrie came on me and told me she wanted to tell me something. She told me that she had a favor to ask. While she was speaking, I noticed she couldn't look me in the eye and visibly seemed awkward as flub. This also made me uncomfortable. Then, out of nowhere, she asked me if she could possibly intimately snuggle up to Steve for one night. I couldn't believe my ears. What did I just hear? It felt like my ears were ringing and took some time to get my senses back. I immediately screamed at her and demanded to know what she was talking about. Then she started to lecture me on how bad and miserable she was because of her breakup, but then Steve treated her like a queen and made her feel happy again. And how Steve took us to dinner and on trips, which her ex never did. She told me that she started to feel wanted while spending time with him. She also told me that her self-esteem was badly damaged, but now she can't trust anyone except my boyfriend. Then about how she wants to feel herself once again by getting a night with my boyfriend. She said this will help her heal and trust others, and how much of a great friend I would be to her for letting her do this. What? You think I'm gonna just let her go just like that? I was just standing there, numb. After she finished her lecture, I shouted at her and started my pursuit to throw her out of my house. At first, she told me to think about it calmly, but I was in no mood to negotiate about this. So, after some time, she became aggressive towards me and threatened me and told me I'm an ungrateful person because apparently she had helped me in the past numerous times and that I owe it to her. The lecturer returned and rabbited on about how I'm a selfish person and Steve deserves way better than me. She told me she will snatch my boyfriend from me and that she doesn't give a damn about our relationship. After saying all this, climbed back on her broom and flew off out the door. Well, that conversation took a turn, right? She suddenly wants my man and will compete for him. I tried messaging my other friends about this, but when I opened the app, I saw almost everyone block me after saying some horrible things. I was sure she told our friends something. I didn't tell my boyfriend anything about it, but now I'm feeling paranoid that she said something to him too. I'm getting bad thoughts that she will send a missile which will destroy or damage our wonderful relationship. I always knew that Carrie was supportive in my relationship but never thought that she would do something like this. Now I want to remove her from my life, but Steve doesn't know anything about it because he considers Carrie like his sister. Now I'm thinking he'll consider her a stepsister. What the hell do I do now? Update. I should have told Steve immediately, but I didn't. I will admit my stupidity and take responsibility for that. Initially, a lot of people thought I made this story up, even I couldn't believe that I'd faced this kind of unthinkable situation. Anyway, here's what happened next. At around 11 p.m., my boyfriend came home. I was sitting downstairs when he approached me to ask me what happened and why I called him so urgently. I told him to sit down and buckle in. He did, fastening his seatbelt to prepare for the load I was about to drop. I told him everything Carrie said to me. I didn't miss a single word. I showed him the blocked contacts. He was sitting there in silence. For a brief moment, he didn't break eye contact. The look he gave me made me realize that he was in total disbelief. He composed himself, then hugged me tight. I hugged him back and didn't let go. He couldn't believe Carrie would try something like that. He then told me that he had never given Carrie an opportunity to think he was into her and couldn't even imagine that Carrie could say something like that to my face. He told me he feels emotionally drained because he thought he was getting a sister's affection from Carrie, but now it seems like his efforts were in vain. I comforted him and told him that this isn't his fault. At that moment he was sobbing, a proper ugly cry. He pulled himself back together and sent Carrie a long-ass text saying how disappointing Carrie's actions are and that he never ever wants to see her again. What shocked me was that he even added that he would file a restraining order if she ever tried to speak to us again. Sending that, he blocked her on every social media. I was happy seeing that how he stood up for me in this situation. And of course, we went out to dinner to celebrate this monumental occasion. Neither of us has been in contact with Carrie since, and we won't be ever again. She wanted to steal my man. The only thing she stole is, well, nothing. Steve and I are both thinking of getting engaged. I can't wait.